Hello. Are you ready to learn some real life English with comprehensible input? Well, good, because today is Valentine's Day. So today we are going to talk about Valentine's Day, about love, about relationships, and I'm going to cook my wife a delicious Valentine's Day dinner while you guys improve your English. Let's go. Alright guys, it is your English-speaking friend Kyle. Today we're talking about Valentine's Day. I will tell you guys how this holiday started, how we celebrate it today, and my wife and I will tell you guys what we've learned about love, marriage, relationships, because that is really what Valentine's Day is all about. But where did this all start? Well, it all started long time ago in ancient Rome. In ancient Rome, in the month of February, they had a festival called Lupercalia. Now, it was not about love. It was about celebrating the start of spring, about fertility and new life. What fertility means is the ability to give life, like younger women, in their 20s are more fertile than a woman in her 40s. It's the giving of life, okay? So that's what this festival was about. And they did not celebrate it with cards and chocolates and flowers. They celebrated it with some crazy things like sacrifice. So it was not romantic at all. Later, this changed with a man named Valentine. So the emperor of Rome made a law that said that his soldiers could not get married, okay? He wanted soldiers that only thought about war, not about love. But this man Valentine, who would later be called Saint Valentine, he married these soldiers in secret so that they could have a life with their loved ones. But Saint Valentine was killed for it once the emperor found out that he was performing illegal marriages. And they say that he was killed around February 14th today, which is why we celebrate Valentine's Day or Saint Valentine's Day on this day. So the Catholic Church named him a saint, and what a saint is somebody who the Catholic Church says lived a very holy life, a very godly person. They named him a saint, and they started to make this day very special because they wanted to get away from the pagan rituals, okay, of Lupercalia. Now, the word pagan is a good word, and the word pagan means someone who worships many gods, okay? Before Christianity took over all these parts, the people believed in a god of the sun, a god of the wind, a god of the moon, many different gods, okay? So the Catholic Church was trying to push all those old traditions aside and say, no, we celebrate on this day because Saint Valentine fought and died for love. So after that, people started to embrace this idea of a romantic holiday based on love instead of the old pagan traditions. Poets started writing poems about love. People started giving each other love letters on this day. And these love letters later became what we know as Valentines, okay? You give somebody a Valentine's Day card, and that little piece of paper that says, hey, you're cute, hey, you drive me crazy, whatever they say. They make a bunch of cool ones, funny ones, romantic ones. We call those Valentines. You give them to the person you like, you give them to your crush, and you say, hey, will you be my Valentine? Which means, will you be my special person on this day? So people started to give these Valentines, these little love letters on Valentine's Day. But in the 1800s, it got even bigger because of the Industrial Revolution, which is when people started making factories that could make tons of these little cards, okay? It became easier and easier to get them. You could easily buy them, write a little note, and give it to somebody. So it got more and more popular. In the 1900s, companies started selling chocolates made just for Valentine's Day. They started saying you should give your Valentine flowers or gifts. So really, guys, it became a business, okay? It started to become a huge business. Today in the United States, Valentine's Day is huge, guys. A huge business. Every store you walk into, you will see they have their candy right there. All the colors are pink and red for Valentine's Day. And everybody's buying flowers to give their wife, because if you don't give your wife something on Valentine's Day, you will be in trouble. That's why later I'm going to cook my wife a good dinner so I don't get in trouble. So guys, what this holiday means is love, appreciating that special person in your life, showing them that you care and that you think about them. But honestly, it has become kind of like Halloween, a huge business and a day where companies make tons of money here in the US. So that is where this day came from. Now that we know that, you guys got a little history lesson. My wife and I want to talk to you guys about some things that we've been thinking about love, about marriage, because my wife and I have known each other now for almost 5 years. We've been together for over 4 years. We've been married for over 2 years, and we've learned a lot about relationships in that time. So we're going to share what we have learned, and maybe it will help you with that special someone in your life. Okay guys, got my lovely wife here. She's cold, so she's using a blanket. It's cold here.
So cold.
So baby, thank you for being my wife and my Valentine.
Oh,
I love you very much.
you're very welcome.
We're going to talk today about things that we've learned in our marriage. I said earlier, we've been married for over 2 years. We've known each other for almost 5.
Wow, yes.
And I think we've done really good, a great job of growing together. You guys see the good stuff. We have problems. Sometimes we argue. We don't fight, but sometimes we get mad at each other.
Yeah, we don't agree on everything. I mean, in some point we agree, but not at the beginning, right?
But our power, our strength as a relationship, in my opinion, is how we handle it when we do get upset with each other or when we disagree. We always come back to each other and find a way to stick together. Because one thing that always stuck with me was we spoke to the pastor of her church when we, after a year of marriage maybe.
6 months.
6 months of marriage. And he said something in Spanish, which I'll say in Spanish and then translate for you guys. But he said, es más importante tener comunión que tener razón. Which means, guys, it's more important to be together, to be in agreement, than it is to be right. Okay, tener razón is, I was right. I was right. No, I was. You weren't.
And it is hard sometimes to say, okay, to think I'm right, but I'm gonna let him or let her, right? To win in some point so we can be good.
Yes.
Right? It's not easy.
You have to put your pride aside. There's no room in a marriage for pride or ego, guys, because you have to compromise, which is what we're going to talk about, the first thing. It's not about just you anymore.
Yes. Exactly.
And compromising means you both have to give a little bit, okay? I have to let you have your way a little bit. You have to let me have my way a little bit.
Right.
To where we both are not winning, but we're both not losing. That's what compromise means. But let me tell you a secret. That would be like a business compromise. Nobody wins, nobody loses, everybody does okay. A marriage compromise, the relationship wins.
Because we are a team now.
Each person gives up a little bit, but as a whole, the family wins. So you can't think about it like, oh, if I let my wife have her way, I'm losing.
Right.
Or if she does what I say in this situation, she's losing and I'm controlling. No. We together are going forward, so the family wins. Maybe I feel like I lost in this situation, but no, the family won.
Right.
So let me give you guys an example of something we had to learn the hard way. I'll tell a little story. And it's happened twice, actually. And we finally learned from this mistake that's happened twice. On my birthday, guys. It just happened that my last 2 birthdays have been after I worked.
Yeah.
Okay? So guys, imagine this. I got up at 4:30 in the morning, went to work for 12 hours, and then I come home, and my wife trying her best, guys, to celebrate and make me feel special on my birthday. But she was not thinking about this guy's been working for 12 hours and he's been awake for 15 hours. He slept for maybe 6 hours last night. So talk about a little bit more what you were thinking in that situation.
So I think I was more like doing what I like. You know, even if I'm working like, let's say 20 hours, I'll be so happy, like so grateful, like, oh, my husband wanna do this nice cute cake and dinner or decoration for me, and he wants to give me a gift. If he didn't do that, is that right? He didn't do that,
You'd be mad.
I'll be mad. Like, I work 20 hours, 12 hours, 10 hours, and I come home, I'm tired, and I have nothing for my birthday, you know? I'd be so mad, guys. But my husband is so different, and I didn't, like, I know him, but not in that way. Like, I didn't know that was something that he didn't want to have, because I thought he would love it, you know?
So let me say something, guys. I do appreciate the work that she put in and the gifts that she gave me and the things that she made. But she told me, go take a shower. You have to wait before you eat your dinner.
No,
Yes,
you
honey,
ate
hold
your
on,
dinner.
hold on. You have to wait, and then I have to take photos and this and this and this. And guys, I was tired. I just wanted to eat my food and relax.
Say something.
We're gonna get in a fight on camera, guys. You wait. It was my birthday. So guys, my thinking is, and listen, I was not right to get upset about this. I'm not saying I was right and she was wrong. That was wrong, and I've apologized to her already. But I'm thinking, it's my birthday. Why don't I get what I want? Why don't I get to just eat my dinner, not worry about pictures, and then go relax? She's thinking, I did all this for you. Why can't you smile, take the pictures, and be happy? But moving on to our next point, I want to say communication, okay? And everybody says communication, but I'm not talking about just talking, how was your day, talking about what you like and don't like. I mean communication,
The hard
even
moments.
when you hurt each other's feelings.
Yeah.
Even when she feels like my husband doesn't care about all the hard work I did. Even when I feel like my wife's trying to make me do something I don't want to do on my birthday. That is when communication is the most important. And that's what I'm super proud of us about. Because guys, when we get in an argument and one of us gets mad and runs away and goes in the room, what does the other one always do?
Goat.
We wait a few minutes. Maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes.
Depending what happened,
But
right?
then what happens next?
Because sometimes, like, if we wait depending on what happened. Because sometimes, let's say I say something that make him upset, and I feel like he's right, and I shouldn't say that. I feel like he needs also time. I don't want to go there and, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I know he needs time. So that's also from my point of view. I don't know how you feel with that, but so what do you say? I'm sorry.
We always go to the other one.
Yeah.
And that's hard. And that means putting aside your pride and your ego, because like I said, pride does not have a place in a marriage. And you admit that you were wrong. Guys, many times I've went to my wife and said, I'm sorry, that wasn't right. I shouldn't have said that. And
Yes.
she's done it to me too. And guys, when I tell people at work that my wife can admit that she's wrong, they're like, where did you find that woman?
No way. I mean, but that's how everybody should
That's
be.
how it should be, but very few
No,
relationships
really,
are like that.
Amor? Wow.
But
That's
the problem
weird.
with that is, guys, so many people married the wrong person.
I want to say something very important there. So I respect like how you guys think, or you or another person, but I feel like the husband is the head and those things. And I'm not saying this because you are here or something, Amor, but I feel like I learned that from you. Like he taught me how to apologize, how to admit that, I'm wrong and I'm sorry. So because Kaya started doing it with me, I think that's when I thought like, wait, he can't do it always, And he's not wrong always. Sometimes it's me, so I need to do the same.
So, guys, I lead my family, but I don't lead by commanding. I lead by example. I will never, ever ask my wife or my son or my daughter to do something that I wouldn't do. Yeah. I can't tell Connor to eat healthy food if I'm eating a pizza. I can't tell my wife, you have to apologize if I can't apologize. I can't tell my son exercise is important or learning is important if I'm unhealthy and not learning anything myself. So saying sorry, fixing things when you have a problem is a huge part of it, but that's only half of it. The other half is forgiving them when they do apologize.
Yeah, because one thing is saying I'm sorry, but if the other person is like, sure.
So guys, marriage is just a long, constant forgiveness.
Yeah.
Because you're going to make mistakes, like I said, all the time. You need to learn from them, but you also have to forgive. And guys, there's things that happened years ago that we still joke about, and you did that. I can't believe you did that. But in our hearts, we've forgiven each other for everything that's ever happened.
Yeah.
And that's another huge thing. Marriages that have issues, one of the people or both are still holding on to something that happened years ago. And if you won't let go of that, your marriage can never go forward. And I learned that from, seeing my parents, you too. And I don't blame my parents at all. If my mom's watching, I love you. And I know that you were not the one in the wrong there. But my mom and I have also talked about forgiveness. And let me tell you guys something incredible. And my mom will be happy if she sees this. But the other day, my mom told me that I taught her something about forgiveness from one of my videos. So, guys, one of my videos touched my own mother's heart and helped her to change something inside of herself. So I'm just super proud of that. And if it can do that to my mom, somebody in Iraq, somebody in Brazil, somebody in China, and people are changing, feeling better, guys, I know that I'm doing the right thing, not only with English, but helping people to live a better life. Because if you're holding on to something, that's not life at all. Let it go, guys. Let it go and move on. And maybe we'll end this with an incredible piece of marriage advice that I heard from an awesome person, a friend of my brother's, who my wife loves, Dave. When I first got married, I was asking people for their best marriage advice. He's been married for a long time. Whenever you see him and his wife are having fun, smiling, happy. She takes good care of him. He takes great care of his family. That's who you need to ask marriage advice, people in a successful marriage. He told me, never sleep on the couch. And you hear that all the time, guys. At work, the guys will be like, oh, me and my old lady, we were fighting last night. I slept on the couch. And I just think, all right, well, that's not the kind of marriage I want. No matter what, we will sleep in that bed, even if we're not feeling good. But the honest truth, guys, we never fall asleep upset. The other one will roll around and...
Even if we were like...
We've been angry at each other, and then I try and turn away to be a baby and pout about it. And what does my wife do? Show them what you do.
But guys, let me say something. That happened just in the beginning of our marriage. Right now, we never go to bed mad or feeling bad after saying I'm sorry. And also, that's something that I learned because he told me, don't do that. And then I read it somewhere. Don't talk about it like bad things that will make you upset you or your partner before bed. Is the worst thing. Is the worst thing. So we don't do it anymore, and we don't go to bed feeling bad.
So my best marriage advice right now is, let me just say, I can't remember the last time we were mad at each other for more than a few minutes. I can't remember.
No.
And we've been really upset for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then we fix it. Guys, when there's a problem, go get it.
What?
Don't punch your wife. Punch the problem. Go right to it, guys. Don't wait till later. Stop what you're doing and try your best to fix that problem. Compromise, apologize, forgive. All right, guys. Camera wife's dinner is starting to come together. And why I'm cooking something special is because that's a big part of Valentine's Day. Honestly, guys, a lot of it is just for companies to make money selling chocolates and candy and flowers and junk. But the nice part of it is that the tradition is to go and have a date with your loved one. Take them somewhere nice. You guys get dressed up and look good and go out on a date, which is very important for married couples, especially because, you know, you've got kids, you've got jobs. A lot of times you don't make that time to take that person out and treat them like they're special to you, because sometimes it feels like, hey, I've been with this girl or guy for 10 years. Why are we going to go out on a date? Still important to make time for these kinds of things, guys. And my wife and I are not going out for two reasons. We feel kind of sick, number one, and two, next week, when it's actually Valentine's Day, you guys are seeing this on Valentine's Day, but I got a little secret for you. It's not Valentine's Day. You are watching and listening to Kyle from the past. You guys didn't know I was a time traveler. So anyway, when you guys see this, it'll be Valentine's Day, and we will be traveling in a different state. So we wanted to film this and celebrate our Valentine's Day date while we have the time to do it. So I'm making her something that she asked me for, something delicious, not quite traditional. So if you are in Spain, don't beat me up in the comments. Don't tell me, Kyle, oh, I want to fight you. That is not a paella valenciana, tío. So I'm making a paella. But this is the kind of paellas that you see in restaurants here, guys. Not the traditional one that I made in the paella video, which was incredible and one of my favorite dishes I ever made. But all that tomato was not great for camera wife's stomach. She has real bad acidity sometimes. So this is going to be a more simple, smooth version of a paella. And this will be closer to what our Spanish friends might call paella mixta, because we have chicken and we're also going to have some seafood. So I'll show you guys a little bit more as this dish goes on. This is not a cooking video. Just wanted to share a little bit of this while I make the special dinner for my beautiful wife who's holding the camera. Hi, cute one. All right, guys. These are artichoke hearts, and I bought the jar. Guys, if you watched the Paella Valenciana video, you saw how hard it is to cut those artichokes and get this little piece out. So this time, I bought them, and they're all ready. They're in some oil and seasoning. My wife told me when she saw this jar, and it was really interesting to think about. Imagine how many of those big artichokes somebody had to cut up to get these. Because if you guys remember that video, you'll remember how much work it takes just to get these tiny little ingredients. So whoever cut these up, I appreciate you. So we're gonna have some artichokes, some onions, got some green beans in there, and then we're gonna have some secret seafood ingredients, one of which is one of my favorite seafoods. So I'll show you guys that in a little bit. Okay guys, our paella is looking great. Now the last part is to add the seafood. And here we have a special seafood. This, what is this called, wife? Pulpo. In Spanish it's called pulpo. And this is actually a product of Spain. I saw in the package, that's cool. In English we call it octopus. So we've got some octopus. It's already cooked. All we have to do basically is heat it up on the paella. And then this is something called crawfish, which is similar to lobster or shrimp. So it's gonna be a lot of protein, and I think it's gonna be delicious. So let's slice up our octopus. Nice little bites. And octopus, guys, tell me in the comments if you've ever had octopus. I'm very interested. It has a unique flavor, but what I like about it is the texture. It's got a nice chewy texture, and I just really love it. So tell me, do they eat octopus where you live? I'm very interested to know. And now, honestly, I have no idea if in Spain anybody would use octopus and crawfish, because I know crawfish is something that people in the south of the United States eat a lot of. There's one state in particular, Louisiana, that is very famous for crawfish. But I don't know if people eat it. Many other people eat it around the world. I've only ever heard of people in the US eating it. Like I said, down south in Louisiana. So, like I said, like I always say, this isn't Grandma or Grandpa's paella. This is Kyle's. And the lovely camera wife. Alright guys, so I'm just going to put this seafood on, and basically it's just going to warm up until the rice is soft. And we will be ready for our Valentine's Day date. Alright guys, let's see my wife's Valentine's Day dinner.
What?
Paella with chicken and seafood. And guys, seafood is something we say about any type of product that comes from the ocean. It could be fish, it could be lobster, it can be crabs, it could be any creature from the sea or the ocean. It's called seafood. So, what do you think, baby?
It looks incredible.
Look good? All right, let's try it out.
Huele a esa casita.
That's what you want, guys. Spaniards will tell you that's called socarat. Socarat? Am I saying that right, guys? Socarat? But it means the little burnt part on the bottom. All right, guys. Valentine's Day dinner for my lovely wife who takes good care of me. So, baby, try it and tell me what you think. What's good about it?
Everything, amor. The flavor and the pulpo is super soft.
Oh, it's okay.
The octopus.
So, guys, you could smell the saffron in the rice. All right, guys, this is my favorite part of the octopus. The part with the little, that's called a tentacle,
Ooh,
guys.
that's cool.
And I like this part.
Now there's so much flavor. Tastes really good, amor. The rice.
Wow. And then, oh, I want to try these artichokes. So much better to just buy the artichokes already done, guys. Because artichokes can cut you and get all over the place. It's a huge pain to do it. They're
And
sharp.
It has a good flavor.
Okay, guys. This is delicious. Spanish friends, if anybody's watching from Spain, tell me what you think. Is this an okay paella, or are you mad at me? Would you try Kyle's paella? All right, guys. I will see you at dessert, because there's something left after we eat. The paella was not all for this meal. Since we ate a Spanish dish, I made a Spanish dessert.
Oh, that was a Spanish dessert?
Let me show you guys what I made earlier. This is what they know on Instagram and stuff as a burnt cheesecake, but the Spaniards would know it as a, what would you say, basque or
Basque.
postre de queso, too. But guys, I am a cheesecake fanatic. Love cheesecake, and this is one of the best kinds we've tried. And this is your favorite kind too, right?
This is my favorite.
So, if you guys have not tried this kind of cheesecake, but you like cheesecake, you've got to give it a shot. And when I say give it a shot, guys, giving something a shot just means to try it out, to give it a shot. All right, guys, let's try our dessert. Valentine's Day dessert.
It's always good.
So, guys, you cook it at a high heat and it kind of burns. But what that does is caramelize the sugar and gives it almost a sweet coffee taste, right? Kind of tastes like coffee a little bit. Just a great dessert, guys. And we're not like surprised because I've made this 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah.
But the first time you try this, guys, it's such a new experience for desserts. So, yeah, guys, let me tell you one last thing before we wrap up about cooking. Don't cook like I do if you want to be impressed when you go to restaurants. All the things that we cook, guys,
No.
if you get my cookbook in the future when it comes out and you start cooking all these dishes, next time you go to a restaurant that you thought was great, you're going to be like, oh, it's good. Because it is not as good as this. It is not as good as pilav or dolma or the butter chicken or rendang. All right, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're spending it with the people you care about. We will see you in the next